And hello, welcome to today's EverQuest 2 stream. We're streaming from a Timelock expansion server, Stormhold. I'm Schueller. Some of you guys know me as Roshen, and I've got a couple of devs in the room with me, and then Holly up in the eye in the sky in chat. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
The eye in the sky. I'm Kyle Kander, Vallee, lead designer of EverQuest 2. Boat narrator and
I'm Schueller. Some of you guys know me as Roshen.
living skeleton.
A couple of devs in the room with me. Living skeleton? Seems pretty serious. Is that on a business card?
Should be.
And let's kick it over to Couch Cam.
Hi, I'm Carlos, Gninja on the forums.
What would you say you do here?
I design stuff. Just a little bit of everything. I helped out with the aisle, a lot of the TLE, the PvE stuff. I handled a lot of that. I am Carlos.
I see someone over there running. Yeah? But yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and kick it over to game here. So we're going through the beginning of the game here. If you were to log on to Stormhold or even Deathtoll, this is what you're going to see when you log in. So
yeah, when you create a new character, you'll be on the far journey. This year, fine ship is the far journey. Yeah. And
so we're going through
nostalgia.
Woo! Log on to Stormhold or even Deathtoll. This is what you're going to see when you log in.
Ingrid. Is it crazy that I know all the names of the NPCs on the boat?
You were here when it launched the first time, yeah?
Yeah. Yep. Nostalgia. The awesome anonymous driver.
He who shall not be named.
If you were to give him a name, what would you call him?
I don't know. Probably Tad. Yep. Biff. Skippy.
Tad cannot keep his eyes off of you.
He has a do-rag.
I feel like he should keep his eyes where the ship is going.
The pirate dude. Yeah.
He has no affiliation.
He's really not driving this thing. I think it's on autopilot. So.
There's an echo. So probably it's me coming through Carlos's. If I
I'm sorry.
Carlos down slightly, that might not give us the echo. Yeah.
He has no affiliation.
He's really
a little quieter too.
Gnomes.
Yeah, good luck.
There's an echo. So probably.
Yeah, this is cool, man.
So yeah.
Talk about going back a trip on memory lane.
So did we want to go through some of the tutorial with the narration, or did you want to chat more about kind of bringing together Timelock expansion server stuff?
Yeah, I mean, at first, you know, we kind of had the idea that we wouldn't be able to get these zones back. There's been kind of passed down information from generation to generation of designers. We were all kind of sitting in a room and we're like, you know, discussing all the things that we need to either disable or you know, bring back to kind of give that nostalgic feel. And you know, we kept bringing up the islands, and every single time it was, you know, no, we can't do it, we can't do it. You know, there's too much broken. We were all kind of sitting in a room and we're like, so discussing all the things. It kind of got to the point where it's like, you know what, let's just give it a try. And
that's actually not how it happened.
Well, it's close.
It's completely inaccurate.
Well, go ahead.
We're talking about some other echo in here right now.
My version is much more entertaining.
Well, go for it.
It might be
you know what? Let's just give it a try.
on this.
And
that's actually not how
I think that it's coming through here.
Completely inaccurate.
Oh, maybe the camera has sound on it. The webcam has sound on it.
Or it's the TV echoing through the mic.
How is that? Is that better? Echo? Yeah?
We've called in the expert, who immediately turns the camera so he doesn't have to be in picture.
Disconnect
that one I got.
The Echoplex.
There shouldn't be anything on there.
No, there's nothing on here.
Is it his?
Not only does he come in here, but
that's better. Perfect.
Comes in with
we
a 50
solved
doll.
it.
Yay!
But how do we?
Yes, nice.
And the background here. So now we have what do we have behind us here?
I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's like a calendar or something. I'm not sure.
Doesn't seem like that's how it should be.
Is that your computer?
It's not mine.
What is going on, man?
I don't know.
This is how our desktops look when we're working.
I literally didn't do anything. I just
try we should put up the technical problems thing.
This seems fine. And then we go here, and then behind us we have got a desktop.
We need the technical problems boo thing.
That goblin's like, I know how to fix it. I know how to fix it. Let me out there. Come on, guys.
So it's this bit here. Even when I turn off our camera, it's still there. Oh, because you have this. Never mind. Take backs. There we go. It's the bar that's capturing down here.
Oh, so it was mine. What else can we put up there? No.
Can we go to full screen so we don't see the bar there at the bottom?
Yeah, maybe.
Alt enter.
Yeah.
Now it's black. No.
Bam! We solved it. We're the world's greatest technical experts.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So we're talking about the forming up the game, getting a time lock expansion server, finding some of these things like
Kyle wants to tell his version.
Okay. Camera's right here.
Yeah, no, what it was I believe at one time a designer tried to load the aisle and it just wouldn't load. Like we couldn't get it to load. We didn't know why. They were probably trying to load it for their own purposes, and they told everybody else on the team, probably at a team meeting, that they couldn't even load it, and it kind of went downhill from there. Like we just assumed that they had either destroyed assets or something happened, And
to take it a step further, so why was aisle taken out first? Aisle and the boat were taken out because...
Well, that's interesting. It was taken out because at the time, God, am I allowed to say this, Holly? The current leadership, the leadership at that time.
She'll answer in about 3 minutes.
No, I mean, I think my answer is good and all right. Is that the current leadership at that time felt that we had other more polished newbie experiences that were better for players and were better itemized, better setup, more rewarding. Not that I agreed with any of that, but and that's probably why we took out the aisle.
Holly said, and the boat made people puke.
Yeah, and the boat made
Which, by the way, we added an option for you just to talk to the helmsman, and he will let you leave right away if you are feeling nauseous.
The great vomit coaster. Isn't that what you called it, Holly?
As we talk about the vomit coaster, on the screen, we are on the boat.
Yeah, that's why I did it, so you could be like, oh.
Okay, so it gets taken out. Some point later, someone on dev looks to try to bring this back and can't.
Well, I don't know that we were trying to bring it back. I think they were trying to investigate something, and we just couldn't load it. It just didn't load. So, and I think that propagated itself, right? So everyone just went, "Oh, well, we can't load it. We can't load it. We can't load it." And when we decided to do the TLE servers, Carlos came to everyone and said, "Hey, I really want to investigate this. I really want the aisle to be there." And I mean, we're a smaller team now, and we don't have a lot of time, and we're really trying to get an expansion out this year and all this stuff. So me being me and doing my job, I said, all right, well, you have 3 hours. If you can't figure it out.
I said, give me a day. At least give me a day. And he's like, all right, fine. You have 3 hours.
No, I said, you have 3 hours to investigate it, and if you can't get it working and up in 3 hours, then, we're not doing it because we just don't have the time. Because anything past that always turns into a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's just the nature of the beast.
So for some context, so behind the scenes dev stuff. So is it normal that Carlos is told, hey, you have 3 hours to do this thing? Or is it normal that someone has a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to build something?
No, they usually have more time. But, I mean, this was 3 hours of investigation time, as in he's going to go through our tools, figure out if he actually can get it to load and what's missing and what's broken. And if he can't figure it out in 3 hours, that means that getting it back up and running is going to be 2 weeks, right? That's kind of the mentality. And
basically to get a time estimate.
Basically, it was only missing somebody had deleted tasks, and there was something else.
The tutorials were completely redone.
Yeah.
So back when Darklight was made, we completely revamped the tutorial system. The windows that pop up to tell you, "Hey, press WASD to move left and right," and blah 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 blah. Well, that was all redone and made a completely new system. Which means that the old system of tutorials didn't work at all. So when you tried to load these zones up, when they would try to call that old system, the whole zone would crash, and that was what was causing the crash. So, but it took a little while to figure that out.
But after some investigation, he figured it out, and he was like, "We can do this," and we were all like, "Cool." And then by the time we figured out, oh my God, we can get it to work. We should do the boat, and then it was just a stone gathering. You know, it was a snowball gathering. You know what I mean? It just got bigger and bigger, and we got more and more excited about it. And
luckily, the issues with the boat were similar to the tutorial, so it was very easy to figure that out.
So Carlos busted his butt and got all this stuff up and running. Carlos and well, Kaith and Gninja and Bungie and those guys all circled the wagons and got it up and working. And when we figured out, like we started playing in it, that was the first thing we did, is like, okay, we have to play through it and see what's missing and if there's anything broken. And we were playing through it and just going, this is weird, first of all.
It'd been a while.
And second of all, everything worked, and like there was items on the quests and stuff seemed fine. And then what really sold me on it was Holly was playing through it, and she wasn't here at launch or didn't play during launch, so she never experienced the island, and she was really digging it. You know what I mean? She was excited about it. Wow, this is really cool, and I think it's awesome. And so seeing it on the team from a perspective from someone who wasn't here when it was working and stuff was really cool. So well, and that got us even more excited about it. So
I mean, even myself playing through, it's like going through and having VO for everything. Every character you interact with, especially at the beginning, they all have a story to tell.
Right.
Well, luckily we didn't lose any of that stuff.
That was the directive when we launched it, and obviously all the way up through, I think it was up through the first expansion. Just about everything had VO, especially quest characters and characters you interacted with. And then we also had a backlog where there was always like VO being done and then being put in later, and that was really cool because some of the NPCs that I thought were totally awesome that didn't have VO actually ended up having VO later on and stuff. And then eventually it just got to where it was just too intense. The process of putting the VO in was so complicated and so convoluted and so horrible, plus the cost of getting actors and getting stuff, and yeah.
But speaking of VO, do you want to kick on Game Sound to go through a little bit of this? We can have conversation. Since Carlos won't be able to hear it because he doesn't have a headset, he can narrate as appropriate.
So this here's the far journey.
In Game Sound. Let's see. I'm not sure.
What is that behind you guys' head?
And since people can see chat, we are literally on Stormhold.
Yeah, we're on Stormhold. Woo, I was on here all day yesterday.
Yeah, as was I.
Having fun with people.
I might have been having a little too much fun with people. I'm sorry if I upset anyone. Turning into exquisite chests and popping in front of them and stuff. You know?
Since a couple people asked, and Holly would like us to address it before we get too far, I guess, she would like us to chat briefly about how PvE and PvP servers are different.
Oh, right. So that was another thing when we decided to do the time lock expansion servers. I really pushed for a PvP version because I feel that we had PvP in mind till a certain point, and we started making a lot of decisions that didn't keep PvP in mind, and we made a lot of stuff that greatly affected PvP, and eventually over time, you know, it was really unfair to the PvP players. So I said, we're going to do this, and we're going to make all these changes. This is our opportunity to try to give the PvP players, because we have some pretty avid EQ2 PvP players who are really passionate, and this is our chance to try to give them close to the server that they deserve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody was on board with it. There was no fight with that. It was like, heck yeah, let's do it. And you know, because a lot of people on the team played on Nagafin when it launched and stuff. So like Kaith and Dave Kish, I always forget his Mavianu. Those guys were big time PvP players, and so everybody was pretty excited about it, you know. So so we really tried to give them a PvP server that was awesome and cool and fun and customized, you know, to what people think the heyday of PvP is. Obviously, you know, they have the choice of moving forward, but right now,
only if they want to.
It's doing pretty good, and yeah, there was a lot of people on Deathtoll yesterday. So,
and for Holly's other comment, it's my birthday, so I can do whatever in the background I'd like. But
please don't.
Yeah, that's not a good call there.
Holly says, Kander, tell me what are some of the PvP rules? Some of the PvP rules. Well, one of the things we really tried to do is we tried to suppress a lot of the stats. I think we took out the appearance tab so that you couldn't have tanks wearing robes. But there's a bunch of stuff we tweaked and changed. I mean, there's no, obviously on both servers, there's no flying, there's no leaping. You only have ground mounts. We suppressed ground mount speed. We took out prestige housing and the prestige window so nobody could use that for super escape back doors. And we, God, what else did we do for PvP? We made a lot of changes for both servers, actually. I mean, quite a lot of changes.
Exile was, at first we took it out because we thought that was going to be the popular option. After a lot of campaigning by the players, we decided to put that back in.
So that's both on PvE and PvP?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so
originally we were only going to do it on PvE.
I'll explain our decision why we first opted to not put in Exile on PvP. And that was because also going back to a lot of us were on the team or played the game at the time that we put in Exile. We remember basically, huge massive raids of exiles, and it made it so that, Kenosians and free portions, I just made that up, couldn't do single group PvP because they basically had to get full raids to even go out in the world because there was tons of exile raids and, everyone was together and it was just creating this daunting. So we kind of wanted to see how the game would be without it. But it was, the players asked for it, on the poll it was the highest, so we talked about it and we argued and we weighed the, pros and cons and long term and short term, and we decided that, to give them the exile. So
I mean, ultimately for these servers, I mean, the players are dictating the future of these servers. I mean,
right,
if they want something, petition for it, or not petition, but create a thread, get some backing from the other players that are on the server, and we'll discuss it.
There's going to be times where we have to take in consideration the overall health of the server.
Right.
I think Exile is a good example of that. Exile is going in one direction. Players come in the form. There was conversations. There's still conversations, as you talked about. If we move forward with another server, you're not as excited about Exile being on another TLE server.
I would love that if there's enough people interested that we could launch a PvP one that doesn't have Exile and see the difference, because we have a lot of theories and we have a lot of things and we have a lot of stuff we remember, what was good and what was bad. So it's just kind of that. We're not trying to dictate anything. We're just trying to weigh the overall long-term, short-term overall health of the server.
So two random questions before we get back into the game here. One is, why does someone choose to be an Exile opposed to one of the other two factions?
There's a lot of reasons why they want to play it, but Exile is closer to anything goes, all free for all PvP, and I think a lot of people like that. So
another reason that people chose Exile was that they could be any class.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people used that as their decision maker when we actually could open it up all classes to both sides in Freeport and Kenos, and that wouldn't be an issue, and leave exiles off. I don't know if people understood if that was an option or not. But, we could do that.
So there's that, like he's mentioning other stuff. There's no battleground. That's correct. There won't be a battleground ever attached to the server. There's no PvP gear. We're basically trying to push people to play with the stuff that's there. We suppressed blue stats almost entirely. We can turn them on individually and off individually, so as we go to certain expansions, we'll probably try to bring in some blue stats, but that's all stuff that we would really like to have players weigh in on, you know what I mean? We're trying to give them the server that they want to play on and in the conditions that they want to play in. So.
And then a question earlier.
And we're really serious about that, right? We want you guys to be able to say, hey, we don't ever want to see this on our server, so.
Yep.
Or we do, so.
And then, it could be put out as a poll.
Gist.
And then one question earlier. So someone hits max level on a PvP server, picks on lower level characters. What's in place to help in those kinds of situations, or what happens in those cases?
There's level ranges depending on zone.
Yeah, there's level ranges depending on zones, and like a lot of that stuff was already in PvP. So we didn't disable mentoring, did we?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So yeah, but it's cool. Like there's a lot of people who are excited about it, and we're excited about it. So.
It's random chatter, but let's get into the game a little bit. Let's show some of the VO we talked about just a moment ago.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can get. Where is the voiceover volume? That might be the problem. I don't want that.
Voice volume, voice chat.
Let's see if I can. Whoops.
So don't kill him.
No, I want to kill him. Okay. Let's see how loud we.
Ahoy!
There we go.
It's good to see you awake. You seem a little squiffy. At least you cheated death.
So awesome.
Me apologies. I am Captain Drake Varlos, and this here fine ship is the Far Journey.
Whoa. Dialogue box in your face. No? Can't.
It's where he wants it to be.
Me hearties pulled you from the sea. You and those other bilge rats. Do you remember?
You and those other bilge rats. Do you remember? Yeah, it's awesome.
We are heading to the island of refuge.
Ingrid.
Ingrid, quick Corkin at the shorty and fix the yard art. Don't want the ship to come apart on these high winds, do you?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Woohoo, Ingrid!
You think she'd never seen a gnome before?
You want to pop a chat box down a little bit so we see some of these people as they come across?
Let's see.
I'm getting a question saying, do we know that we can have multiple hotbars? Well, we're devs, so we don't need more than one.
What's a hotbar? No, I'm just kidding.
So the stream is not Hotbar Simulator
No,
2015.
no. We only need one hotbar. We're that good.
We don't need any hotbars.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Oh, I need to accept this quest apparently.
There, the seas are getting a bit angry. Go speak to me first mate Wowland. He might have something for you to do.
Okay.
People are getting seasick. Did you not take Dramamine before today's show? We put it up on the web.
What? Oh, hey there. You startled me.
You startled me.
Where's my
I
hat?
seem to find me hat.
Oh, and Pentapod put in chat, if people are curious about EQ2 PvP, there's a link there where you can actually get information about EQ2 PvP.
What's a pentapod?
Pentapod is also known as Domino. Some people call her Emily, but I think Pentapod is just fine.
All right.
So some people believe she did some trade skill things in EQ2. I
Just a
can't
few.
confirm
Just a
or
little bit.
deny.
Yeah, she did one or two things. The queen of trade skills. And many other things. Okay.
Good choice. First
Loot
round.
all. Nice. I got lucky. What's in these other ones? Open! Open, 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 open.
One of them's a GM. Just playing with you.
Yeah. All right.
Give me hat. Needs me lucky hat.
Needs me lucky hat. Needs me lucky charms. Oops.
Was worried. See, this hat gives me the luck. Now me is safe, thanks to ye. Here, take this
Old
charm.
crafting would be interesting
You'll find
again.
a use for it.
I don't know about that.
Well, now.
The
Ingrid
5,000
over there
combines to
can
make
show
one
you the
item.
rest of the ship. Me needs to plot the course to the idols now.
Don't talk over the VO, Ninja.
Sorry.
He
I
can't
don't
hear
hear the VO. All I hear is myself talking. It's all good.
So you guys are all quiet. Want to be part of the stream too?
All right.
Hello. How are you?
Good,
I
thanks.
am fine. Just after the last pickup, I have been working extra hard since Vim said she would give me the piece of Luckland she found. Yes, Vim, the merchant over there. She found a small piece of the moon and is having me work for it. Maybe you can go buy it from her for me. Maybe you have something she will buy. Why don't you go talk to her?
I have to say that Hervia is not quite as spectacular as Captain Varlos, but you know.
And to add to the conversation that IDev and Windstalker are having right now, IDev asked why we didn't stream immediately when the server came up. Part of it was to let devs focus on making sure the server came up, and part of it, when the server did come up, to kind of let them celebrate that the server had come up and like actually have a decent meal and play a little bit on the server and maybe a beverage or two, but
and discover things on your own without having us tip our hat about all the island and the
actually most of the team was playing, so that was another thing. Most of the team was on the server playing with you guys, so woohoo! Yeah. Nostalgia!
We tried to keep this a secret. We didn't try very hard, but we tried.
Yeah, so I don't know if we even answered the question.
Yeah, the question is why do we choose to stream today, not yesterday? I think we got that, and Holly's in there chatting with people up as well. And for people who aren't aware, Windstalker is our executive producer, Holly Longdale. She's in Twitch chat, chit-chatting with people who are chatting with us via Twitch chat.
Looking for something sturdy to wear?
I love the goblin.
Peekaboo.
How do we turn the volume up?
Well, if you want total volume, we just hit this guy.
All right.
Down?
No. That's the goblin's doing. All right. I can't buy it. I don't have any money.
Gotta sell your.
Find a way to. Oh yeah, I gotta sell something, huh?
Yeah.
I am busy right now.
Mariner's Charm. Woohoo! I'm in the money. Nice. Shard of Luckland. How did that get there?
The one chick said she wanted it.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about what the goblin's doing over here. That chick can wait. Vim can wait.
I was trying to get him to. He has a whole bunch to say. It's funny. Not really, but just sounds. Alright.
Felden's talking about how many characters have been created on the server. Apparently
Great.
he's
Now I can
calculated
stop
that
doing
out.
this work and enjoy the rest of this trip. Here is some coin for your help.
Thanks.
Find it.
Time to speak to the captain. Yoo-hoo!
Avast ye, we need to talk.
Oh my god, what is it?
Well, 'tis bit of a problem. You see,
It cannot
there
be.
rats on
I'm
board.
bored.
The vermin keep eating the supplies, and I need ya to go feed them to the deep before they eat anything else.
So you want me to kill them?
Yeah, that's what we'd be needing.
How do you expect me to kill them?
With this here club. It is nice
This here
and
club?
splintered. Sure to cause them some pain. Ha ha.
I think one of my favorite parts of the stream right here is the guy talks, then Kyle legit answers, and then the guy talks. You're missing half the dialogue.
I'm getting half of it.
Pain. Alright. Ah! This rat's too tough. It's killing me.
Cause a mutiny. I told you to kill those rats. Now do it, you landlubber.
I told you to kill those rats. Come here. Where'd you go? The problem is I think I have fly on. That's making my life difficult.
And so for people who catch this stream on replay and don't see Twitch chat, Felden's chatting briefly about looking at API for EverQuest 2. Many of Daybreak's games have API data available, and from EQ2 Wire's Twitter handle, he's tweeted some information about the number of players characters that have been created on the Timelock expansion servers in the first day here. So again, if you look at EQ2 Wire, you can get some of that information either on his website or on his Twitter.
There'll be a Drakota off the
Shameless
farm.
plug.
Quick now!
A shameless plug. Are you want to get off the UI before this guy does fire things?
Everyone down! Watch it!
Woohoo! Oh, sorry, that was loud. I got excited.
I like how no one looks concerned. This thing happens, they're like, oh, it's just another day.
Hoist the mainsail! Shift the mist and mast!
They're terrified on the inside.
And that goblin's having the time of his life.
Batten down the hatches. Batten them down again. We'll teach those hatches.
You still need to kill that landlubber of a goblin. Get toward me.
Oh, the goblin. Come here, goblin. I don't want to kill the goblin. I like goblin. He's a good goblin. He was a nice, sweet goblin. Holy mackerel. He's a tough goblin. Oh, so sad. She's healing me. Thanks. Oh, no. She's healing herself. Selfish priests.
It might cost less mana to res you than to heal you, right?
Ah, you saved the far journey and me crew. It seems you proved to be quite a hero. Well, with the help of that young lass there, you do.
Aw, shucks. 'Twas nothing.
There be the island of refuge. Get ready to drop anchor. Just let me know when you want to go ashore.
Woohoo!
Ingrid, swing the lead and prepare to drop anchor.
And how are you level 10 already? That's like cheating.
So, you ready to go ashore, matey?
Yes, send me to the Isle of
Don't
Refuge.
you mind. We get paid to do
that. Good point.
Here we go to Isle of Refuge.
Outpost of the Overlord, number 5. Woohoo!
So, for some people that don't understand the zone instancing, so we're going to Outpost number 5. What does that mean?
So we knew a lot of people were going to be logging in at once. Obviously, we already have this code. It works in like every expansion. So when you're like when Altar of Malice launched and you go into Twilight Sea, obviously when you see 5 instances of it, we set them up so that once they get a certain amount of people in it, they spawn up another instance. We like to try to make sure there's enough everything for everyone to do and stuff for everyone to kill and quest targets for everyone who's questing, and so we spin up alternate instances of the zone. So like yesterday we had 19 instances of the Queen's Colony and 16 of the Overlord, which should tell you something.
I think we actually got up to 21 at some point on Queen's Colony.
Yeah, 20 plus. So it's just making sure that there's content and stuff for everybody to play, stuff for everybody to kill. It's mostly concerned about 2 things: performance and quest targets, right? So keeping the server performing awesome, which it was performing totally awesome yesterday, and that was really amazing. And then making sure everybody, like quest targets, we can respawn stuff only so fast, and if we're respawning it too fast, it just looks ridiculous. So giving more instances of the zone where people can go and do their thing, and it's cool. So,
and a lot of us were online yesterday keeping an eye on that primarily to make sure that that was all working like it was supposed to, because there for a little while at the very beginning there was only a few instances and people were getting pretty crowded, and so we were adjusting that on the fly to make sure that everybody had quality experience, I guess.
Exactly.
I like how you can see a name in Twitch chat and they show up on the screen here. It's like magic.
Yeah, it's totally awesome. And, man, people were excited. So it was great fun being on the server yesterday.
Yeah, it was a blast. It's almost like you told them where you were or something.
I know. I'm in number 5, so how did they... Dude, that guy is awesome.
Is he sagging?
He's handsome.
He's got the awesome shorts on.
Yeah.
He's going in the ocean.
Oh, I kick off UI and kind of show some of this as we walk in here?
Yeah, so jaunt down memory lane, spawn in here, and you get your quest trail.
On the dock. There's someone on the dock.
Oh, yeah.
Is it this dock?
No, I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then, woohoo! I love the ambient sounds, the crickets, and the stuff that's on at night.
Well, the 2 bits, as I came in here, it's the night sky and all the stuff that you have up here.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, again, the bit on the dock that was not there at launch. That was a kind of neat little addition.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. What level is this guy?
Red.
He's red. Awesome. Oh, it's a kilt. That's so awesome.
Oh, so he's wearing a dress.
He's
That's
here.
not shorts.
He's going into the water, man. It's totally cool. Shiny! Oh. Yeah. I don't know what this guy's doing here. He's been stranded for far too long, and
He's been on the island since the beginning, apparently.
ran out of supplies.
Never left.
Yeah. He was waiting for someone to come back and share a quest, and they never did. Couldn't get off the island. No one voted him off, so he just got stuck here. And
I see what you did there.
yeah. So cool. I remember these guys. Remember trying to attack them and being vaporized instantaneously. The troll was awesome.
Remember how some people would stay on the island and then figure out a way to level their characters through the shared bank with collections, and then started killing the guards so they could level up in there. So, yeah, they when we told them we were bringing the islands back, they went into the gym for a while, and now they're 100.
The guards?
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, Erican, there's something that you didn't see on the island when it launched. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like crazy nostalgic for us too. I mean, oh yeah. So, what else do we want to show?
Yeah, I think any bit of the Isle that we want to grab here, especially as people tune in afterwards. Anything we want to say about Isle? Because this might be some people watching us in Twitch streams first time ever seeing the zone.
This is the training area. Part of the quest would send you here and you'd, you know, fight somebody or throw some arrows. I don't remember. So.
I mean, we can play through a few of the quests if you want to, opposed to telling people. We can show people.
Well, we want people to experience it for themselves.
Yeah, we need to let.
Don't want to give too much of it away.
Let people go and check it out, especially for people that have come to the game and it wasn't here. You know,
right.
That's kind of cool and exciting. So, but yeah, this is the old version of the new version, which is an Altar of Malice of the newbie island. The inspiration.
That was our first nod to when players really wanted to get the island back, so we incorporated it into the story of Altar of Malice.
This guy's looking pretty uber. Pretty sure he didn't get that stuff from the quest.
He's one of the few people on the island with pants.
Yeah, he's got pants.
Because do people come here afterwards, or do they send themselves appearance items some other way on a PvE server?
On the PvE server, they can just purchase appearance items from the station store. It was one of the things we pulled and asked people what they were cool with, and I guess they decided they were cool with that stuff.
They can go back to the island too, though. We added it to the bells in Freeport and Kinos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they want to go back to the island just to check it out as a high level character, hey, feel free.
Yeah, it used to be once you were done here, you know, you couldn't get back. You were done. So.
Yeah, the only thing you can't get back to is the boat.
Right, you have to create a new character.
And that's specifically for the reason that the boat is a very scripted event.
Yeah.
And going back there not at level 1 can end disastrously for the Dracoda, which needs to be in every single instance. So if you kill him, you know.
Shiny. Oh. This is my favorite part.
Mabel.
Cows.
Was Mabel up in there?
I don't know.
I think so. Isn't that her in the middle?
Maybe. Maybe. Nope. No Mabel.
Isn't that the one in the middle?
I think Mabel looks
Somebody
more
killed her.
uber. She has like a tear tattoo on her face or something.
One for each newbie she's killed.
Go, go, go! Oh my god, what happened? Oh, I thought that was the player dying.
No pressure, Dark Elf guy.
Get it. Get it.
As we narrate this particular combat sequence live on stream.
Yeah.
Little does he know that millions are watching. Well, I'm being generous,
Oh, he's tired. He's going to lay down and take a nap.
So, I mean, yeah, KO. Not a big deal. You know, the bear will have more hit points in heaven.
You can still hear the bear snoring.
I see someone asking if Twitch stopped. I still see things. Other people in chat? Yeah?
I'm still talking.
That's not anything new.
Yeah, I know. I was expecting that one.
Chat also wants to know why you ignore the shiny. So we see them, we comment, but then we just move along.
Because I'm leaving them for players.
It's not very nostalgic.
They're not something for me to pick up. They're for the players to pick up.
Isn't that part of the nostalgia? Stealing shinies from somebody when they're fighting somebody next to it?
I was on I was on the server yesterday and somebody actually shouted that. They were like, "Someone just stole my shiny! Nostalgia!" So yeah, there you go. Killing you with nostalgia. Killing me softly with nostalgia. Yeah.
Crickets.
Shaman's hut. Yeah, there's crickets at night. It's awesome. I love it. That's probably one of the biggest memory / nostalgia things for me was the ambient sounds, because I'm very sound oriented. So, and then you like, look, race him to the shiny. Mine, 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 mine. Oh, no.
That's when you feign death them.
Waterfall, hearing the waterfall, that was crazy, you know, in a game back then.
Well, even the water. I mean, being able to look at the water in the different,
oh yeah,
assuming we've got
reflections,
all
the water sound when you're in it.
That guy's going to take a bath.
Splish splash, he was taking a bath. Following you. Gonna take your shinies. Gonna take your shinies.
Nice wings.
Wings? Yeah, my favorite part of the Newbie Island was the graveyard. That was my favorite part. I used to sit here and camp the name dude in here, and then the bodies underneath the I was like, wow, look at it, oh my god.
They're sleeping, right?
Right.
That was my character from when I originally created it. It's still there.
Looks a little tall.
Yeah.
For
well, that's true.
There's like the big, was it a troll or was it a skeleton? I can't remember. The boss that spawned in here. Camped that guy.
I think in this version it was a troll.
Yeah.
In the other one it's a skeleton. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Do. I'm following you. I'm still following you. Still following you.
We have about 10 or 15 minutes in here. Is there anything particular we want to chat about or show specifically about the Isle while we have time here?
I don't know. We should probably spend some time answering questions. We usually get, grumpy people who want to ask questions. So.
Okay, so yeah, 10 or 15 minutes.
We like answering questions, right?
So we'll keep kind of hanging out over here on Isle. We'll try to grab what questions we can grab from Twitch chat. It'd be awesome to answer Time Lock expansion server questions, but
yeah,
these guys
mostly Time Lock expansion server questions would be cool. Here we go. This is awesome.
You will win.
MMA fighting at its best. Oh.
There's my character standing on the box.
The box. Get him, guys.
Yeah, and I'm still not taller than them.
Winstock would like to know what conditioner you use. She's typing in capital letters, which means she's serious about this.
We're so not talking about that. How long? What's the delay on the 3 seconds?
Yeah, it should be almost immediate, but just because of internet reasons, it'll be 3 to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Could you feel the excitement from the players on the server?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, it was palpable.
All over the place.
It was really incredible, and my favorite thing ever yesterday was every few minutes someone typing in all caps, "Oh my god, I'm on the boat."
Well, even like watching the tweets throughout the day, like people's experience, screenshots from the boat, screenshots from the aisle, or some people who still have the old screenshots from back in the day and putting those out there, talking about old EQ2 experiences.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was cool. I mean, and I saw people say stuff like they actually got a tear in their eye when they logged in and they were on the boat because it was so, you know, it was cool. It's really cool. It was so cool to see people so excited about it. And
well, and surprised,
and especially for us to feel like we did the right thing, right? You know, we did the right thing. We did well by the players, so which is the most important thing. So, but I mean, I was on the server from the time it went up to like 7 p.m. and there was still every 5 minutes. Oh my God, I'm on the boat. So that was cool. It was really awesome. Darbia Drakota.
When we're doing votes to unlock, we talked about character level. Is it possible that people have a crafter level, not the adventure level? Will they get to vote?
That's a good question. I have to say, honestly, I don't know how we set that up.
What was the question?
So we talked about people need to be a certain level to vote and polls when we're unlocking expansions.
You have to be within 10, was it 10 levels,
10 levels
of max level?
I believe.
So does that count crafting level?
I'm not sure.
I'm
it
not
probably
sure
should.
Okay, so maybe should, but they'll have to see how it's set up because
we'll write it down and we'll have to ask about that. Talk about it.
Yeah, we have some new polls coming soon. We're still working on making sure that we get a lot of the questions that are being asked into the polls, but we have some new polls coming out soon for both PvP and PvE, so we can get the ball rolling on some of that stuff.
Some of these old neighborhoods that were in the launch of the game. Any thoughts about bringing those back?
Those are a much larger, daunting task. Yeah,
it's much easier to bring. To get a zone back in working order if it's a zone that was just turned off rather than a zone that was revamped.
Yeah, the hoods were revamped and stepped on, and
we didn't, when we revamped them, we didn't create new versions that didn't change the zone. I mean, in a lot of the cases, we actually did change some of the geo in the zones too. So you know, some of those quests and events that happen in those old zones, they wouldn't work because the geo has changed, and we would have to change the geo back, which would just break a lot of things. I mean, we did look at it, and it was nowhere near feasible for the time that we had have.
So likelihood is low that we'll see those again.
It's low. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's a lot lower than, say, bringing back the island was. It's a lot less about things, you know, crashing zones, and more about there are changes that have been made to the zone which made some aspects of those zones impossible to use.
Yeah.
Some people are asking about other marketplace mounts. Will we see some of these other marketplace mounts on TLE servers, such as maybe a duck mount? I won't tell you who asked the question, but...
Well, so... We're not gonna. I believe flying is tied to Vallee, so you're not gonna see flying mounts. I don't know. I don't know when we would turn those on, because if you bought them, you wouldn't be able to fly anyway. So that's kind of a
the run animation for the duck is probably the
disappointing.
Best animation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We could talk about it as long as people understand. Flying gets turned on when the server decides it gets turned on.
So it may be to other mounts on the server, even if they're restricted by the same speed that other mounts are restricted to on the server.
Yeah, and that's another thing is, you know, all the mount speed has been dialed back, so, you know, nostalgia. So yeah,
I actually had that as my AFK message while we were away from my desk earlier. People were sending me tells all day, and I just put the answer to your question: nostalgia. So.
The Del Mom? Is that your mom, Delmon? Happy birthday, Del Mom.
Is Del Mom actually watching right now? That's pretty impressive.
Happy birthday.
Cool.
Oh, it's happy birthday, Del Mom.
Is it today's Del Mom's birthday? Because today's my birthday.
Today's Roshen's birthday. Happy birthday.
I have the same birthday as Del Mom.
Are you his mom?
I don't think so. But
just checking.
Are you his mom? No. What is no? What are we saying no about?
Oh, I think the Kander Skell.
Do we have a ground meat beast?
I think
it's
so.
just ground. I think we do.
There's some. I think the first one didn't have
the
wings,
guy with the kilt is
apparently
is
Tom
stalking
needs my help
me.
with something.
He's stalking.
He's sneaky. He's sneaking around.
He's sneaking by. He is really
real stealthy,
subversive. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna see him at all.
Really sneaky guy, and is. It's awesome.
Nothing to see here.
Move along. Yeah, totally. I love this painting on the wall.
Smiling right now with my mouth closed to you, Toby. See?
And then you open your mouth.
I'm gonna follow him. Yeah.
It's like a really slow conga line.
Mm-hmm. he's
sumo.
be very, very quiet.
Just don't get in front of him when he's wearing a skirt.
I'm hunting turtles.
I like turtles.
Yeah. So. No, poor meat beast. Sorry for being, but anyone restrictions.
The Del Mom is upstairs. Remember, I still live with my parents' basement.
I don't think there's any restrictions for creating a new character. You need an all-access membership so you can play on the Time Lock expansion server, and you need room for a new character. So if you're maxed on characters right now, you either need to purchase a character slot or get rid of one of your characters. Yeah. When will there be a tiny skeleton for a ninja NPC?
Oh, interesting question.
I don't know if anybody's been seeing me run around on the Time Lock servers, but I actually am a tiny little skeleton wearing armor. So you can, if you see me around, stop and take a closer look. It's quite funny.
Oh, man.
Oh, set appearance, maybe?
No, I'm just waving to people.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. You have a lovely wand. Oh, that's probably not appropriate.
Shouldn't comment on people's wands when you meet them.
Oh.
She has a lovely staff.
I don't know if it gets any better.
Oh, no, it's not working.
It's getting better. Hold on.
Let's go back to this guy.
Find somebody with a club. He's punching them. He's a turtle wrangler. Handsome the turtle wrangler. This guy is awesome. I think he's probably...
Should give him the title, the Turtle Wrangler.
The Turtle Wrangler.
Yeah, why not?
I don't think we're talking about anything companion related today. Someone said any companion news? Probably.
We're working on it.
That's the news.
We got some zones in the bucket. I started populating the. I don't know what to call it. It's a dangerous question.
Yes, it is.
So next time we'll probably have more information about the campaign. Since it was a question that popped up last time, why we say companion. Moving forward, we're doing campaigns. The process is the same as building expansions.
Yes.
So the team, when they're doing things, some of them are still calling expansions because the process is the same.
It's not. It's a little more complicated than that. If we went into it, it would just take forever. So, no, I'm kidding. Someone on the team said campantion, and we started repeating it.
What is this person doing?
I believe Kathiel coined campantion, and we just started using it,
and it stuck.
The bottom line, someone wanted to call it campaign. We still call it an expansion because that's what we're making, and it turned into campantion.
This guy looks like he's doing the Homer Simpson run.
Spinning right there.
How do you do that?
Yeah, that's impressive right there.
It's error. Oh.
Oh, it's the
no
sleep.
Wonder.
Ah.
Very
See,
cool.
That's why we don't give you duck mounts, because you do silly stuff.
He's break dancing.
Some of these adventure packs, Split Paw Saga Bloodlines on TLE.
Those will get unlocked with the first expansion.
Yeah, I think we unlocked those with Desert of Flames.
Correct.
Right.
And Fallen Dynasty would get unlocked with EOF.
Echoes of Fedor,
right.
Correct, yeah. So there, as I've said and posted, a lot of stuff got assigned to the appropriate expansions that came out, you know, at the same time or around. So expect that stuff to be. All right.
Well, we look again at some of the itemization. The example they use is when they were doing Quest on the Isle. They received chain armor that has strength on it, but no wisdom or agility.
We're not changing any of the itemization. It's a huge process. I'm just going to be upfront about it. We're not. If there's stuff that you can't use, you can always sell it. There's lots of awesome player-made armor and player-made stuffs. Talk to your friends, craft some stuff. There's going to be stuff that's obviously good for you and stuff that isn't, and that's nostalgia, right? Back in the day, you used to get stuff.
We did, however, fix the end reward on the island. There were a couple where, like, say, Inquisitors, which couldn't be good before, can now. So Inquisitors were being given a Templar-only weapon.
Right.
That did get fixed. It should be in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Those type of things, but. As far as stats, like if you're an intelligence caster and you get something without intelligence, well, I'm sorry, you got a mitigation upgrade and you got some more hit points. That's still an upgrade.
Yeah. So, but I'm being totally upfront. We're not planning on stuff that is full on, like, not cool, like you're an Inquisitor and you get an end reward and you can't use it.
Right.
We should fix, totally.
Correct.
But we're not going back and doing any itemization stuff. We did suppress blue stats throughout the entire game, except for I think a couple.
Attack speed and DPS, I believe,
right?
are still
Because
there. And then like mana regen and stuff.
Because there was players that have abilities that have those stats, so we decided that wouldn't be fair because it's going to make somebody's specific ability not basically useless. So that's not cool. And then we're going to assign certain blue stats to certain expansions. So if you unlock past a certain point, you'll probably see new stats on stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, so one last...
That's the gist.
Got a couple minutes here still. One question, which somebody answered in chat, but we'll just do it for people watching the replay. People are asking how much more of the game is there besides Isle of Refuge? So pretty much the full launch of the game up through level 50 is all playable.
Yes, yes. Yes, everything. Everything in the base game is there and working. We went through some areas and turned off some stuff that wasn't there when it launched.
There'll be a few exceptions, like the neighborhoods we talked about. Like
some of the free content updates are still available. Like Darklight Wood and Hollis are still available.
Yeah, Darklight Wood.
There are a couple other little things, but typically, if it came out with an expansion, it's locked to those expansions.
Right.
And that's kind of the way we kind of handled that. Darklight Wood and Hollis, we while the island is very cool and a lot of people love it, there are some people out there that don't like it. And being able to go to Hollis and Darklight Wood and do your leveling there is an option for those people that want that.
PvP server. People are asking how much class balancing will do for PvP. They mentioned healing classes.
That's a good question. We're keeping a close eye on it, so I'm not going to say with that, like when I said with itemization that we're not going to be re-itemizing, but with class balance stuff, we'll definitely keep an eye on it. So
because when we make a change to classes on TLE, does that affect life?
Yes, absolutely, yes. And but I mean, we can do PvP specific balance.
A good example is Charm.
Okay.
During our beta for the TLE servers, Charm was a pretty big hot topic because coursers could go around and charm somebody for 2 minutes or so, and
20 minutes
or 20 minutes, yeah. While that would give them a 40-minute immunity to it, it still was very annoying.
Yeah.
So we did put a special template on there to make it to where on
it was deemed not fun. Right. So
and then we'll take a look at stuff like that and make decisions based on that. And if there's certain things like that are bothering people, I mean, feel free to post on it. But keep in mind that the current state that PvP went to on Nagafen was because of a lot of these type of requests, and we don't want to make snap judgments on any of these things and get right back to where we were.
Exactly. That's actually
it's
a really good point.
Really important that if you want something changed, you need to understand that it needs to be very cut and dry. Everybody wants that, because if there's even a question it's going in that direction, we're probably going to say, I'm sorry, that's just kind of the way it was.
Okay, so we've been here about an hour now. Anything else you guys want to chat about before we sign out?
We appreciate everybody.
Yeah,
we love you guys.
We love you guys. We're glad you're having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, again,
we're super excited about it, just like you are. So
I'm going to be playing all weekend.
Your feedback matters to us, and things like time lock expansion servers wouldn't exist if you guys weren't giving us your feedback and weren't passionate about the game.
Absolutely.
So again, like this labor of love that the devs have been working on. This has come together because people have asked for it, and we want to deliver a player experience, which is what people want.
Yeah, we're trying to give you the server you want. So, absolutely.
Or different play experiences, so people can have the experience they want in different places. Like TLE might not be for everybody,
right?
But there's lots of people that this is what they're looking for. And same thing, like the campaign that we're launching, not in a few months. Hopefully offers people an experience that
tentatively November.
So, but again, more experiences that people are asking for.
And we're not by any means ignoring the live servers just because we're doing stuff on TLE.
Right.
There was a few of us were working on this, and a lot of the other guys were still cranking on Campansion.
Yeah.
And getting that going, and we're all going to be jumping right back onto that and making sure it's up to snuff, and we're all super excited about what's coming with that.
Hoping to start beta for Campansion 12 in October, sometime in October.
I like the little sleep party that's happening over here.
Yeah, they're cuddling.
They're cuddling, spooning. They're spooning.
with the turtle wrangler behind them, still killing turtles.
Yeah.
But we appreciate everyone coming to the Time Lock expansion server stream. We appreciate you guys, and again, like this wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Yeah, totally. Thanks everybody, and exactly what he said. If it wasn't for you, so.
Yep.
Everybody.